Hello, I'm Andy, and I'm going to give you a quick review about the headline. That's the line which is in the color red on the palm. And if this headline has islands or circles on it, then it is not a very good sign. Now, if your headline slopes downwards like the way I've shown it, then it can mean a person who feels persecuted or treated very badly in the lifetime, has feelings of extreme nature, which means a perfectionist sometimes or just a difficult person, and these islands make him or her very oversensitive. Now at the island, at the end of the headline, which would be the number 5. Now the island there, you have to be careful that it gives to some danger of digestion problems or problems with the intestines. So it doesn't mean only at the end of life, but during the whole life, so be very careful. Now if the headline is short, I've drawn quite a long headline. If it is short and if the headline ends under the middle finger, it can mean, and especially if the island is seen there under the middle finger, it can mean a very sudden death. And so this could be also attacks on the person's life that come in a very sudden way. So be very cautious and be alert about that. When islands form on the headline, they basically split the energy of that line. One line goes up and one line goes down for that little island and makes it into an island. And that's always not a good sign. They can bring a lack of focus and a lack of concentration on that particular person or the child or the man or the woman. Now the headline means your emotional, mental and physical state. It's been called a headline, so we keep calling it a headline, but every line means many things, not just one thing. And so emotional areas, mental areas and physical areas are all basically how they affect your mind. That's what the headline is all about. Now when the island is seen at the beginning of the headline, some mental defect can be seen and therefore causing inner emotional stress or inner emotional difficulties will be present. This shows a person who have inner conflicts as well. And so if your child or if your person you are with has this, you have to treat the person very carefully. He or she will be of a very emotional nature. And it can also mean sometimes that there is some defect to the brain as well. Now, this is when the island is seen right in the beginning of the headline where I've marked the number 1. Now at point number 2, where I've marked number 2, the negative effects come in the late 20s or the early 30s. And this can be personal problems or due to financial bad mistakes. And so during that period of that island, which is normally 1 or 2 years, there will be a lot of mistakes being made due to the career problems, due to financial issues, or due to mismanaging your love area and making a mistake if you are married, going to see somebody else. Stuff like that can happen. At point number 2, these problems are normally in the in the late 20s or the early 30s. Now let's go to point number 3 where I put the number 3 there. And this is under your ring finger. And this can usually mean that your reputation or the demand for you in business or career can diminish and also or lost together. And so it can be a time in your life which is normally in the 40s, where you will find that whatever your attempts have been made in the past are now weakening and not being allowed to blossom, let's put it that way. Now, bad habits or difficulties of a character nature which are bad can also mean that they can be causing the problems when the island is seen under the ring finger. Now let's go to point number 4. The point number 4 is the process into old age, and it is basically from 55 to 65. So if you have an island at point number 4, be very careful that you can make some very important bad mistakes regarding your financial area or regarding your personal love or marriage area or even health areas. So the beginning of the old age can become a signal where the remainder of the old age can have more and more problems. So if you have an island under more or less the ring finger, then you have to go and check your physical nature, worry about your finances, and keep harmony in your personal affairs. Now at point number 5, this can mean that there will be severe problems of a mental, emotional or physical nature, and this can overcome you. It can be caused by financial issues that go very bad towards the end of your life. And so you have to be very cautious that if you have an island ending there at that point, you have to be careful that severe indigestion problems can also appear and affect you very badly, weakening your old age as well. So these are little tips when you see islands on the headlines, whether it's for your children, whether the people you love or the people you work with. Keep that in mind. Thank you. Goodbye.